Welcome to Handpan Fundamentals. I'm Rosie. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about metronome technique, specifically how to play with one. What do I mean by metronome? Simply put, it's anything that you can play along with to help you to stay in time. If you just Google the word metronome, you'll get a basic one that comes up on a web page. Or you may download a special app which has different settings in it. You might have a physical metronome that goes click, click, click from side to side. Or you might want to make a recording of you playing a shaker or a small drum to play along with. You may want to go online and find a drum loop. There's lots of great examples that you can play along with in a more entertaining way, but either which way, a metronome is something that you're playing along with to help you keep in time. Metronomes are set at different speed. This is BPM, or beats per minute. We often work in multiples of 30 or 60 because that's kind of easier for us to comprehend, but obviously you can set your metronome at any speed you like. The simplest way of using a metronome is playing with every click. Even when we've got a metronome, you still need to use your internal clock. It's easy to slip ahead or behind if you're not paying attention. Suddenly you realise that you're not playing with the click, but you're not sure when it happened. So make sure you're always referring back to that click. I love to start off with just playing along with the metronome to make me really zone in. It's a lovely way to warm up, to get yourself paying attention and making sure that you've arrived in the room ready to play. Of course, there are other ways to use a metronome too. Let's try playing twice per click. So now we're breaking it down into quavers or eighth notes. For every click, we're going to be playing twice. And we can break it down into threes. Fours. Fives. Etc, etc. There's really no stopping. And then if you want to find out more about subdivisions, I've made a video on that too. But now let's look at taking the metronome the other way. So for every time it clicks, I'm only going to play once. Or for every 4 clicks, I might play it once. Those longer gaps, it's very easy to rush through, even with the click in your ears. So make sure that you're taking the time and settling in. Sometimes it's useful to have a really fast click in your ears, even if you're playing quite slowly. This can really help you to keep in time. If I take the click up to 200 beats a minute, even if I play quite sparsely, I know that I'm going to be in time. So when I'm recording really important things, such as when I made my EP, I made sure to have quite a fast click on there, so I know I was staying in time. So if more clicks are easier, what do you think about practicing with a slower click? Of course, it's way harder. So we're just going to look at playing in semiquavers for a little bit. One of my favourite ways to practice with the metronome is to keep my speed consistent while I'm moving the metronome speed around. So to start off with, I'm going to play some semiquavers at 100 beats a minute. I'm not really fussed about the notes, I'm just walking around, exploring, getting myself warmed up. Now, with that speed still in my mind, I'm going to set the metronome right down to 50. Now I've got to work twice as hard to stay in time. Now I'm going to set my metronome down in half again, right down to 25. So once you've learned something, a groove or an exercise, try it with a metronome half as fast. If your metronome goes down to 12 and a half, you could try it at that speed as well. But wherever you're working at, looking at halving and doubling is such an interesting exercise. There's so many other things you can do in the metronome. You can feel fancy, you can start trying to think of it as the offbeat rather than the onbeat. So if my pattern goes like this, start it halfway through the beat, so that my click is actually coming halfway through my pattern. These kinds of exercises putting the metronome in a different place are really good for your brain because they make you have to think and work super hard. So take a groove that you know well. And then just practice grooving on it with the metronome set half as fast. I was at 100 there. Now we're keeping our hands the same speed, but our metronome's moving at 50 beats a minute. And finally, if we can, let's try grooving right down at 25 beats a minute. So now we're going to hear one click for the whole bar. It's our job to keep ourselves in time for the rest of it. Go! So now we're really taking responsibility for our own speed and our own tempo, only using that click to come back into alignment every now and double check that we haven't rushed or slowed down. These exercises are really handy for figuring out if you have a tendency to rush forwards, as in playing ahead of the beat, or drag behind, playing behind of the beat. Using that one click every 4 bars means that you can really align yourself with it, maybe going out and coming back in. Make sure that you're counting out loud or in your head 1 yana, 2 yana, 3 yana, 4 yana, or whatever you use to just keep yourself in time. Try not to just drift aimlessly. I think playing with metronome is so much fun, and it's practice that you're going to do even when you're not at the handpan. So if you're out on a walk, you can always get a metronome up. Try and walk in time to it, try and clap in time to it. Look at those onbeats and offbeats. Really just have fun with it. I hope that's useful. I can't wait to hear how you use your metronome in some creative and exciting ways. If this was helpful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for a new video every week.